The Trump administration is getting ready to add China's chipmaker SMIC and its national offshore oil and gas producer CNOOC to a blacklist of alleged Chinese military companies. The move would limit their access to U.S. investors. And Eunice Yoon joins us live from Beijing. I haven't seen you in so long. Is it me or you, Eunice? You've been around. I guess it's been me that hasn't seen you. Good morning.
That's right. You're on vacation. So you mentioned CNOOC. It said that it still has not received official notice from the U.S., but the stock price plummeted in Hong Kong anyway. And that's because CNOOC has a lot of U.S. exposure. It has U.S. investors. It uses American technology. It partners with global players like ExxonMobil. And the belief here is that CNOOC is on this list because it has been doing controversial drilling in the South China Sea. So SMIC, which is the largest chipmaker in China, also potentially on this list, but that had been flagged earlier in the year. And so the company had reiterated that it does not have any ties with the Chinese military. The Chinese Foreign Ministry, though, did respond and said that the U.S. should not create barriers or obstacles for future cooperation between Washington and Beijing, though there's a belief there that that's exactly what the Trump administration is trying to do in order to try to solidify what's been a very hardline stance against China, so that President-elect Biden will have a tougher time trying to unwind it if he chooses to do so.
Good old CNOOC. We have been in the news. We've talked about it quite a bit for years and years and years. I'm trying to remember the exact context, but obviously one of the giant companies in China. I don't know how this in a transition period, how any of this really will play out long term, Eunice. And I guess, you know, it's not just talking about CNOOC
that's a question
or this
that a lot of
issue
people are asking, Joe. Just because President-elect Biden could, in theory, come in and then just decide that he's going to get rid of all these executive orders, or he's going to change everything. So what's been discussed here is whether or not the Chinese have a certain level of tolerance for these EOs and for all the attacks from the Trump administration. And, people are saying, oh, well, the Chinese shouldn't actually, succumb to this and then overreact. And in that way, kind of playing right into the Trump administration's hands. At least that's the belief here.
Right. Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.